Ravens will get started on their own 13-yard line.
He'll give it to Henry, right side, big hole. He will go all the way! Henry having a night so far.
The Bills have had no answer.
The dominating 21-3 first half performance.
Here in the third, it's first and goal Buffalo as Allen makes a huge off-script play. Early answer in the third quarter.
11:23 to play in the ball game, and the Ravens are closing in on closing it out.
Your final here in Baltimore, Ravens 35, Bills 10.
Oh, I can't wait for this one. Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. This might be the matchup of the year. Shannon Sharp, who's the biggest key in this one?
Well, I mean, this is two outstanding offenses led by two very outstanding quarterbacks. Good defenses. You got to defend every blade of grass because each quarterback can make you play with his arm outside of the pocket and can make you play with his leg. They have very good different types of running games. Derrick Henry, we know who and what he is. James Cook has had an outstanding season. But when it comes down to this, it's always going to be the turnover battle that's going to decide the game. But for me, I think it's Derrick Henry. This is why you brought Derrick Henry in. To go on the road in a very inclement weather type of ball game. We saw what he did last time, 199 yards rushing, make Lamar Jackson's job a lot easier. Lamar Jackson makes his job a lot easier. But for me, I think it's going to be Derrick Henry. This is why you go out and get a big bruising back like a Derrick Henry that can take the load over, can take the game. You get in a close ball game, late ball game, Fox and Stephen A., you're not getting the ball back. Derrick Henry, run us to a victory. I think it's going to be Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you might be just overcomplicating it a little bit. It's coming down to Josh Allen, man. It's Josh Allen because the last time they played, Josh Allen was able to create a couple explosive plays. He's going to have to create a lot of explosive plays because I don't see how this defense, even though they're pretty good, how this defense stops this Ravens offense. Josh Allen is going to have to put up big numbers. They can't run the conservative offense that they ran this previous week. Josh is going to have to make those plays like the one we saw in that Ravens game when he's on the sideline jumping out of bounds, throwing big touchdowns. I think that this team is going to need a big, big game out of Josh Allen in order to contend with Lamar and the Ravens. So, yeah, that's the answer.
Fellas, probably right. It's just that this name is on my mind, so I'm going to throw it out at y'all. James Cook. He's a 1,000-yard rusher. He's averaged 4.9 yards per carry this season. If he runs the football effectively, it changes a lot of things up. It makes Josh Allen even more lethal, not to mention the fact that chances are you assist in keeping the Baltimore Ravens offense off the field. Yeah. I'm just looking at it like that. Yeah. It's not that I think you could say the same thing about Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry's obvious. You could say what you could say about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. That's obvious. When I'm thinking about a biggest key, I'm thinking about a wild card. And I'm thinking, what if James Cook comes out there and he runs the football effectively? What that would do for the Buffalo Bills. I'm just saying. Yeah.
He led them to victory. And Sam Darnold, man, he was in for a rough night against that D. Second quarter, Rams up 10-3. Darnold all night long holding on to the ball just a little too long. Sacked by Ahkello Witherspoon. Jared Verse, you're looking right there at probably the defensive rookie of the year. Returns it for the touchdown. Big play by the Rams D. And it was like that all night for Sam Darnold. By the way, here's Joe Buck on that call.
Darnold balls out. Picked up by Verse. Off to the races. And gone for the touchdown.
Kelsey's favorite part of that is the dive, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of good defensive dives that I like in this.
Just the third time since 1960 a team recorded 6+ sacks in the first half of a playoff game. Not good. But Matthew Stafford likes it. Under 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Rams up 27-9. Darnold again holding on to it. Again sacked by Neville Gallimore. Rams get a franchise record 8 sacks. So they're done, right? Nope. More sack town. Under 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Desjuan Johnson. First team with 9 sacks and a defensive touchdown in a playoff game since team sacks were first tracked in 1963. Rams dominate 27-9. Jeff Saturday back with us. All right, so Jeff, the Rams are in, playing the Eagles next. It gives me agita to ask this question. How can the Rams upset the Eagles in the divisional round?
Well, two things they're going to have to do, Ryan. They're going to have to stop the run, and they're going to have to put a ton of pressure on Jalen Hurts, which is what they did last night to Minnesota. Now, that being said, the last time these two teams played, the Eagles ran for over 300 yards. Saquon had 255. So when I say that, it's much easier as I'm speaking it than actually doing it. But that's the way that the Rams' path to victory is to stop this rushing attack by the Philadelphia Eagles. The one thing about last night they had in favor is Minnesota is pretty one-dimensional offensively. It's going to go through Darnold. It's the exact opposite for this Eagles team who wants to play behind that strong offensive line and Saquon Barkley, and then the pass game kind of follows suit. So that's the way the Rams' path is. It's a lot tougher, like I said, to accomplish and just say it.
Yeah, much stronger offensive line in Philly. I'm worried because this Rams team is a lot better on D, but still, the Eagles are currently favored by 5.5 points, so Vegas is weighing in their favor. Meanwhile, to the other big story out of the NFC East, the Cowboys now in the market for a new head coach. Jeff, we heard the news about Deion Sanders. Should Dallas pursue Deion Sanders as their next head coach?
Absolutely. I mean, I think all teams in the NFL Deion would be a great conversation to have and sit down and pick his brain. And he's gone to 2 different schools and rebuilt programs and getting them back, to some type of prominence. And so when you're thinking about Deion, I mean, the guy, what he did in the NFL was special as a player, and now as a coach, he's trying to replicate that or duplicate that. I'm sorry. So I think it's very, very. I think Jerry Jones is making a good move here. And I'm just going to speak my truth, right,
Mm-hmm.
or what I believe to be true. Deion in Colorado is special, and I love what he does for those young men and developing them as humans and better men. I love what he says, the accountability he holds to them. So if I'm Colorado, I'd be super disappointed if he got out of my building. So hopefully Colorado makes a massive play to keep him there. But Dallas is doing themselves a good favor of trying to go after him.
All right, so Jeff Saturday's got the seal of approval for Deion. Mike McCarthy, by the way, 49-35 in 5 seasons as head coach. Only one playoff game. We'll see if they decide to go with Deion and have more conversations. Jeff, thanks.
It's the part of the show where the only thing better than the overreactions are the actual reactions.
I'm pretty sure about a month ago, let us say not an overreaction here.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I didn't realize we're giving out participation trophies right now.
I think I'm right, and you're wrong.
I mean, the thing is, I can't help but smile before we even start the segment when we started off with that. Time for Overreaction Tuesday with Dan Graziano and Jeff Saturday now that Wild Card Weekend is in the books. So let's give you some statements, and you tell us if it is, in fact, an overreaction. The Lions' banged-up defense is in trouble next week against the Commanders' quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Dan, is this an overreaction?
It's not an overreaction, Kelsey. Now, I want to put this out there. I think the Lions are going to win this game because I think they have a chance to hang 50 on this Washington defense. However, Jaden Daniels is real and should not be overlooked by a Detroit Lions defense that, yes, was able to get some pressure on Sam Darnold last week, but is going to have a little trickier time pressuring this particular quarterback. I think the Washington Commanders will be able to put points on the board against Detroit. I think they're going to keep it, a game. They're going to make Detroit's offense have to score. I don't think it's going to be a problem for the Lions to do that because I think of the 2 defenses in this game, the Commanders is the worst one. But yeah, and God help the Lions if they let this be a 1-score game in the 4th quarter, because that kid in the 4th quarter is no joke.
I love how you're playing both sides of the fence, right? You're traveling here.
Questions about the defense.
Totally are.
Answered it quite clearly.
This is an overreaction.
Not an overreaction.
Overreaction. I understand the defense is banged up. I also understand the last time they played against Minnesota and Sam Darnold, they flat out got after him. And Aaron Glenn has done a fantastic job playing man behind it, forcing teams to come beat him. And to your point, this offense by Detroit is going to put a ton of pressure on Jaden Daniels because he's going to have to match score for score, which does put pressure on them. So I don't think the Lions defense is in trouble, as you like to say or frame it. I think it's going to be a heck of a football game. I think Detroit is a significantly better team offensively than Washington's defense. So I'm looking for a shootout from Detroit. I don't think Washington puts up a ton of points against this defense.
How's it going to be a heck of a football game if one team scores a lot of points and the other one doesn't? How's that work?
Well, you got a rookie who just took a three-win team to the playoffs. Yeah. That's how it's a great football game. It's a great story. Man. It's a great narrative. You're a writer. Write about it. You know what I mean? I'm talking great from the historical perspective, not this one particular game.
We'll see what the headlines look like after that game. Meanwhile, let's talk about another thing that we saw this wild card weekend, and it's Justin Herbert. 4 interceptions. The statement is Justin Herbert is a quarterback who falls apart in the playoffs. Dan, overreaction or not an overreaction?
It's a definition of an overreaction because you're reacting to 2 games. A couple years apart from each other. Like, first of all, he did hang those. They blew the 27-0 lead a couple years ago to Jacksonville, but he did hang those 27 points on the board to begin with. He was a disaster on Saturday, like awful, awful, awful. But yes, when we're talking about overreactions, this is exactly what this thing is for. We are overreacting to 1 game, 1.5 games, effectively, of Justin Herbert's playoff career. I think it's too soon to write him off as a playoff performer. He was a disaster on Saturday. It was an overmatched team against a Houston defense that was underrated coming into the game. And I think Justin Herbert will be fine when they build a little bit better group around him going forward.
This is not an overreaction. Are you serious now?
Because the sample size is so large?
Are you kidding me? Here is the dish. He's been in the league how many? 5 years. We call him an elite quarterback. Everybody tells me how great he is as a quarterback, how elite he is. So in the 2 playoff
King Gary's right there. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. All right, he got you. Get him, Tristan. Fuck him up. Tell him to fuck him up.
10 seconds.
Gonna be a hit marker. It's silenced. What are you doing? What are you doing? He could have had that. He could have had that. He literally sat there.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know why.
He could have killed you so easy. He made that easy for us.
Trash cans, dude.
That was probably the 1-8, dude.
Probably was.
Hey, do you think it's a good thing Madeline and I broke up?
Yeah, 100%.
For some reason, I can't stop like thinking about it. Like she was like a good person, but like I don't think us as a relationship was good.
She cheated on you, dude.
I know, but I mean, like, I kind of see like why, because like I was kind of shitty to her in like the aspect where I was like she was trying to have sex, and I was kind of like just like you can. Yeah, she cheated on me twice. She cheated on me twice. How can I say that?
Are you like unless you're like beating her? No, there's no like.
No, yeah, I was a good person. I mean, just because we didn't have sex.
Bro, I can't believe I went 13-1.
Yeah, Joe the guys in this game again, bro. He was doing pretty good.
No, for real? For real?
Yeah,
yo, that's fire, bro. That's fire.
But I'm hungry.
.360 no scope, sir.
Gun game. Get kills with this weapon, win.
Damn, people are talking this shit.
Damn.
Fuck! The donut dude killed the fuck out of me.
This nigga done motored my ass, boy.
Who?
Some dude. I don't know who the fuck it was. I was already in the shotgun.
You almost had me, sir.
Sub-Zero. Sit down. Scorpion. Special Forces Desert Command. Round one, fight. Proud to me.
Damn, I have to dust you off. You too. Oh, he got me. Man, they're doing me bad right now. Oh, how the fuck? How the fuck? Ah, hit markers like motherfucker.
This ain't over yet.
You wanna run some blood money? Try some of that shit. That shit's sick too. We'll run one after this one. Man, we're fifth fucking place, y'all. Fuck.
Warm up while you can. We deploy soon.
Hehe